Hi. This lesson we're taking a look at spiritual blindness, like the spiritual blindness of the Pharisees. Sight for the blind. Luke 6, verse 29. Can the blind lead the blind? Won't they both fall into a pit? John 8:12. I am the light of the world. If you follow me, you won't have to walk in darkness, because you will have the light that leads to life. John 9:36. I entered this world to render judgment, to give sight to the blind, and show those who think they see that they are blind. John 11, verse 9. During the day, people can walk safely. They can see because they have the light of the world. In Acts 24, verse 18, Paul sent to the Gentiles to open the eyes that they may turn from darkness to light and from the power of Satan to God. Verse 20, all must repent of their sins and turn to God and prove they have changed by the good things they do. Romans 2, verse 7, seeking after glory and honor and immortality that God offers. 2 Corinthians 3, verse 14, whenever the Old Covenant is read, the same veil covers their minds so they cannot understand the truth. This veil is removed only by believing in Jesus. 3, verse 16, whenever someone turns to the Lord, the veil is taken away. 2 Corinthians 4, verse 4, Satan, who is the god of this world, has blinded the minds of those who don't believe. 2 Corinthians 2, verse 14. The person without the Spirit does not accept the things that come from the Spirit of God. They consider them to be foolish and cannot understand because they are discerned only by the Spirit of God in us. John 20, verse 14. Mary turned and saw Jesus, but did not know it was him. She thought he was the gardener. Jesus said, Mary. She turned and saw him. Acts 3, verse 9. Paul is blinded so he could see. A light shone on him from heaven. Verse 8. He saw no one. They led him by the hand to the city. Verse 17. Ananias said, Jesus, who appeared to you on the road, has sent me that you may receive your sight. Verse 18. Something like scales fell from his eyes. He received his sight at once. John 12, verse 44. Jesus shouted at the crowd, whenever you see me, you see the one who sent me. I have come as a light to shine in this dark world. John 9. Jesus spread the mud over the man's eyes and said, wash yourself in the pool of Siloam. He came back seeing. Verse 13. They took him to the Pharisees. Verse 16. He is not from God, they said. He worked on the Sabbath. Verse 18. They still refused to believe the man was blind, but could now see. So they called his parents. We know this is our son, they said, but we don't know how he can see or who healed him. Verse 25. I know that I was blind, but now I see. Verse 30. That's very strange. He healed my eyes, and yet you don't know where he is from. Since the world began, no one has ever been able to open the eyes of someone born blind. So you can see the blindness of the Pharisees. And Jesus came as a light to this world, and we follow him. And he is the bread of life. Feed on the bread of life. Read his word a little every day. Be washed by his word.